What's up, everybody? This is Basement Crew back again for another fun-filled episode, and we have no idea where Ramon is. He didn't call. Does anybody know where the fuck Ramon is? Did he contact anyone?
No.
So we're just doing the show without him. We have a schedule to keep. So right off the bat, Final Crisis debuted this week, and I couldn't be any more confused. And this is not because I have it out for DC or any of us really despise, you know, the writers or artists on a personal level. It's just hokey. It's tomfoolery. It's cockamamie. And other nonsensical words of more than four syllables.
Here's what I'll say. J.G. Jones' artwork is very nice. I will say that some of the concepts are very nice. Like this, they finally found a use for all those fucking ridiculous monitors.
That was a cool scene, actually. They had all the
only cool scene
in the orrery.
Right. Yeah, and that was very cool.
Yeah.
You know, the use of the Green Lanterns.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you find out what the code is for fucking killing a new god. Here's what I don't fucking get. Why did they even put out a series called Death of the New Gods?
If they were just going to talk about it now.
Right.
Did we have to read Countdown, dare I say, to understand what's going on here?
No, you don't. Which makes Countdown even more fucking stupid and useless. But here's what's even better. Grant Morrison has worked in some of his elements from Seven Soldiers, which you should not have had to read to come into this. But there they are. Their use of, spoiler alert, the use of Darkseid, the way they...
As a crime boss?
Is taken directly from the Mr. Miracle string from Seven Soldiers.
Never even heard of it.
It was a huge project Grant Morrison did where it was like divided into 7 different characters, a bunch of different books, went on forever. People think it was brilliant because it wove together everything so nicely in the end, but it was actually...
I don't understand any of what's going on in this story.
Yeah,
honestly.
that's what makes it such a fucking mess. It's got some cool ideas, but once again, there's not a crossover in this world that Dan Didio couldn't find a way to fuck up. Your editors should have caught this and said, you know what, there are probably people who didn't read the crossovers and Countdown, maybe we should start from scratch. This blows.
I gotta hate, at least the cover's nice, the Green Lantern.
The cover
nice.
is very pretty. I like that cover. I will wear that cover across my back. But I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to pick up any more of these crises.
Even reading DC Universe Zero didn't even help, because
no, it had nothing to do with it.
You read the really brief segment where they introduce Libra or whatever the fuck the name is, and I still have no clue what's going on.
Libra's been appearing. You would have to read Justice League to know where Libra came from. Apparently, he's an older character that's been around for a while, and now he's come back. He's cosmic powered, and he's putting together the ultimate legion of supervillains, where every supervillain ever is now in it.
And I'll tell you, the thing that actually really pissed me off is, spoiler alert, they kill Martian Manhunter in one panel.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, they just spike him through the fucking chest, dude. Like, he gets
This is something that's been building up in JLA. When Libra found the human flame.
Yeah.
The human flame.
Originally,
and he apparently doesn't like Martian Manhunter.
Originally from Chelsea, ladies and gentlemen.
Not to be confused with the Flaming Skull.
Or
they are in league with each other. They live together, actually.
Yeah, it's
somewhere on West 4th Street.
Well, California just made it legal, and New York is going to recognize it, so they're going to open up a nice little store down on 23rd Street. It'll be nice. It'll be good for the kids.
Candles, I hear this.
Not good. In a similar not good Grant Morrison vein, Batman R.I.P. fucking sucked.
Fucking sucked is not the word for it. Are you kidding me?
God, horrible.
Who is the Black Glove?
Not even that. I thought the concept of a scary new villain was a cool idea. It brings a lot to the new Rogues Gallery that they're trying to make for Batman and everything. But the last maybe 5 or 6 pages is absolutely ridiculous. All of a sudden, Alfred is a member of this super secret cult, and he left them a long time ago. But spoiler alert, guys.
Well, but here's the thing: is that get past all that.
I can't.
1 year ago they did the whole thing where they redid Batman is, he went through this cleansing ritual. They're going to bring back the kinder, gentler Batman, the guy who gave out puppy dogs to the people he beat up, and occasionally offered shiatsu. Instead, what we've gotten is a really inconsistent series because Grant Morrison hasn't delivered on time. Tony Daniel's artwork is really not up to par for this type of story they're trying to tell. Batman cracks up in this issue. There's no lead into it. It makes no fucking sense.
They started leading into that last issue. But, they're going to do a lot worse by this because Grant Morrison is an idiot. I'm sorry. I know there are people that like him. I know that he does a lot of good stuff that you like and other people like. I've had people disagree with me and I don't give a shit. you're fucking with Batman's origin now. Because all of a sudden, Alfred, like I said, is some kind of cult member of this Black Glove Society.
But you know what?
Thomas Wayne is apparently fucking alive.
No.
They suggested that he's alive.
We'll see. They suggested it, but he
was a member of this
But part of the
cult.
fucking setup is that they're saying that it may or may not be true, and that they're going to disassemble him down to the core of his being and fucking ruin Bruce Wayne. That might be behind it.
That's
just
what
be a
fucking
ruse to
Grant
get under
Morrison
his skin,
does.
that's enough.
He comes on a book, what I hate is he comes on a book and he fucks with a character's origin. He fucks with what makes them them. And I understand that's what you want to do with Batman, you want to get him riled up, but fuck that. Batman's origin is older than him and Dan Didio put together. You don't fuck with something that's timeless. You have some
actually,
respect
at this
for
point,
it.
though, they do. So here's the question, and we put this out to you guys out on the internet. Is Batman R.I.P. going to turn out to be DC Comics' brand new day? Or do you think Grant Morrison can salvage something out of it, man? Let us know at Pete'sBasement.com's forums or mail us in at questions at Pete's Basement. We genuinely want to know.
I want to say, Sean, thank you for agreeing with me. When you said going to fuck it up, yeah, I agree. He's already messed it up, and I haven't enjoyed anything he's put out recently.
Well, but here's the topper, though. All-Star Superman, which you guys actually turned me on to, which is fucking
I'm not
great.
reading it, actually.
I mean, you know, this is one where he's not fucking with his origins. He's going to the core of his fucking mythology. He's making it a great fucking book. This thing has the fucking Sun Eater in it. That's some shit that came out during
I
the
liked
ads comic.
Final Night was an awesome series when Hal Jordan returned and became a hero again.
But that wasn't Grant Morrison. That was Jeff Johns.
But it had the Sun Eater in it, I'm saying.
It did.
Sun Eater is a cool concept.
It's a very cool concept.
Yeah.
But All-Star Superman is still a very good book and very worth it. That's Grant Morrison, at his peak to me, is when he's really, like, feeding into the weirdness of a book.
So maybe he just gets stoned when he writes Batman?
Maybe they just have him writing too many goddamn books.
I'm sorry, you cannot fuck with an origin like Batman's. Batman's origin has been around since 1939. You cannot fuck with an origin like that.
The problem is when you write so many different things, you're going to put all your energy into one title.
Yeah.
Which he did here. Or, where else?
Put some effort into Batman, Grant. In my opinion, Grant Morrison is not a good writer. The only thing I've ever really enjoyed him having done was Tower of Babel on JLA. Other than that, I've hated just about everything he's done.
He's become a lot more hit or miss. But what is the only thing that we can honestly say that we give full credit to is Green Lantern.
And the funny thing is I didn't like the first issue when they came out with the origin story.
But this one is great. It's his book.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Jeff Johns is still proven to be the only truly competent, popular fucking writer over at DC. You should let him write Final Crisis. Fucked up that.
Should let him write Batman and everything else DC has. Maybe it'll come out good.
Just plug him directly into the fucking DC fucking.
I love that man. He takes a swing at Kilowog.
The first thing he does.
Yeah.
It's just like, all right, you want a box? Boom.
You gotta give him fucking points for that. Fucking Kilowog's a giant hippopotamus man.
Now Sinestro is going to be finally in the fourth one, and he's still a Green Lantern.
Yeah, it's gonna. That'll be good.
Yeah.
At this point, really, Jeff Johns can do very little wrong.
So he missed one issue, and nobody's perfect. So good.
Yeah, I can take that.
Yeah.
Now, a series that neither of the big two are putting out that is, to me, still something you should be picking up if you like, Green Lantern, any of this science fiction type shit is Dan Data by Virgin Comics. Garth Ennis writes it. Gary Erskine draws it. Fantastic action, big fucking space action shit. If you like army books, if you like fucking war stories, it's all right fucking there. It's bad as shit. You really should be reading this book.
Actually, the trade just came out of the first, I think, 4 or 5 issues, and I do intend to pick it up.
Pick it the fuck up, because I think next issue is the last issue of this arc, and then they're putting a new creative team on. So if you haven't been keeping up with this, you're missing out on something really fucking special. We actually at the Comic-Con had a chance to listen to the guy talk about it. Garth Ennis has a great admiration for the character, its history, in British, pop culture. He's really showing his fucking chops on this one. So if you get a chance, pick that one up. And I think they actually still have plenty of back issues in most of the stores.
They're all over the place.
Yep. Go fuck yourself.
Before we actually get into Marvels, I want to throw out another one at you that might have slipped under your radar, and this is by Radical Comics. This is Hercules: The Thracian Wars. This is actually issue 1 that I'm holding, but issue 2 just came out. This is really packed, chock full of Greek mythology. Hercules, chock full, yeah.
Chock full.
You
Of
like that nice little 60s Stanley
Chock full
term?
of tomfoolery, Chuck full of, it's great.
Chuck Fuller.
Chuck foolery.
Chuck Fuller.
I had Adam read this.